Welcome back. We're to the scenario where doom awaits, which is up to this point, everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong on my true solo roll-in, but Tommy and Daisy, everything that could go right has been going right. So I've just updated their decks. They still have a lot more extra XP. Daisy, I think she has either 5 or 6 XP. I wasn't sure what to spend them on. So I changed out her Tell 2 Deeps with Stargazing, which is an interesting card. I don't really play purple decks, so... And then for Tommy, Tommy had 8 XP, so I bought one flamethrower, which was 5. I am hoping to get him enough XP to get the other flamethrower, but for now, we just want to try to keep our XP up to make sure we can do the standalone scenarios. Now, let's go ahead and read this out. I've already put the chaos tokens in, so we put another -3 in. And because we killed every single one of those Brood of Yogg-Sothoth, we don't get no doom, so we're actually in a really good place in this playthrough. Scenario 6, where doom awaits. You awaken to the sound of screeching. Fearing the worst, you grab your equipment and head to the streets of Dunwich. As soon as you step outside, you sense a foulness in the cold night air. An awful, pungent smell that can scarcely be described, and a heaviness to the atmosphere that makes it difficult to breathe. The citizens of Dunwich have sealed their doors, and the town feels quiet and lonesome. In the distance, a faint glow amidst the hilltop above the village. You know this to be a hill from both your interactions with Zebulon and Armitage records. It's called Sentinel Hill. The tale speaks of satanic rites being performed there, rites in which great ritual priors light up in the night sky while the ground rumbles furiously below. Flocks of whippoorwills perch on the rooftops of the village around you, watching ominously as you climb inside Zebulon's old and beat-up truck. As you drive towards Sentinel Hill, the more screeching fills the sky with an awful pitch that is painful to the ears. Everything you've read about and experienced in Dunwich has led to this. If the foul ritual Seth seeks to perform has anything to do with Armitage and his colleagues prevented several months back, then it involves the favor of an ancient creature, Yogg-Sothoth. Failing to stop this ritual may spell doom not only for Dunwich, but for the entire world. If Naomi has the investigator path, proceed to part 1. Otherwise, let's skip the setup. So basically, if the O'Bannons in that very first one wasn't pissed at us, which is impossible to do if you choose that in the first scenario, they basically give you like a couple of tokens, like, alright, bye. It really isn't that worth it. We do the setup. Alright. So we're climbing the hill. Agenda 1. Calling forth the old ones. As you approach Sentinel Hill, you hear the ancient Latin rites bellow across the night. The time for action has come. You cannot stop the sorcerers in Dunwich. Who knows what terrors they might unleash upon the world. Act 1. Path to the hill. A vibrant arcane energy fills the air with bone-rattling chill. The energy swirls along the crushed trail before you, and it seeps down to several other paths before disappearing. When the investigators have completed the number of clues, they must spend them immediately to advance. Alright, and so we need to get here to Sentinel Hill, Sentinel Peak. And because of this, we cannot move up. Alright, so we just need to grab clue tokens. Alright, Tommy, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you start out with scene of the crime. That would be helpful. Guts, Jessica, and something worth fighting for. I want to keep setting the time. And I kind of want to keep Guts. Maybe Jessica. So let's go ahead and mulligan those 3 cards. So we got Be Cop, Overpowered, and Keep Faith. I was really hoping to get a weapon in there, but it is what it is. So Tommy's going to have to use his work in order to get a weapon out, while Daisy works on clues. Alright, Daisy. So, Daisy, because of Stargazing, there's also these bonded cards. Basically, these cards don't allow you to go over and Let me check something real quick. Maybe the autofocus is in. Because I remember checking it last time. I was like, oh, autofocus is back when I want to turn that off. So let me configure video, camera control. Oh, yeah, it is. Alright, so let's go ahead and bam. There. It's the best way I can do it. But going back to bonded cards, so she has this card called Stargazing, and Stargazing basically add these into the encounter deck. But there's also certain bonded cards that allows you to put in your deck too. So basically they're not in your deck or anywhere else in play until you use the card they're bonded to. It's kind of an interesting mechanic, but hopefully I'll show you when it happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perception, Eureka, Shortcut. Well, we can't have this particular one. That's a weakness. An Encyclopedia. Let's take out Shortcut and Perception. So draw 2 cards. We got Abyssal and Inquiring Mind. We'll definitely take both of those. Alright. I want to have Tommy go first so we can get him set up. So let's go ahead. Base of the hill. The long slope of Sentinel Hill rises before you, cresting to the jagged edges of Sentinel Peak. The base of the hill is connected to each copy of Divergent Path. Investigate. If you succeed, instead of discovering clues, put a random set-aside Divergent Path into play. Limit once per round. Alright, so I put the locations I can put down right here and right here. There's 4 of them in total, but I only play 3 of them at a time. So one of the random ones is out of the game. Alright, Tommy, so let's go for you first. We're going to play Prepared for the Worst. Go sideways. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's hopefully it's something good. Alright, Take Heart, True Grits, Flamethrower. Alright, we got Flamethrower. I was about to say, please give me a card. And we start out with one of the more powerful ones. Unfortunately, we're kind of down. Aw, there's my little Dunwich R. Alright, we're going to pause for a second. I'll be right back. Alright. There we go. So where were we? We just got Tommy the Flamethrower, but he's not going to be able to use it. Ooh. So what I'm going to do for his last 2 turns is grab 2 of these. So I'll have 4. Then next turn I would have 5. Then I could just have 8. Would 8 be enough? That'd be 3, 6. Yeah, 8 will be just enough that I can put Beat Cup, Jessica Hyde, and Flamethrower all in. So her last 2 turns, he's going to gain 2 more resources. Alright, Daisy. Okay. I kind of want to put Abyssal Tome out just in case there's a fight going on, which you most likely might be. Encyclopedia will definitely be helpful. So let's play 1, 2 to put out Encyclopedia. And 2 more to bring out Abyssal Tome. Then she's going to investigate, and he's going to use Eureka. And we're just going to increase her book by 2, just in case. -2, she passed. So instead of just going to put a random set aside Divergent Path, so this is always connected, so let's put this right here. And that's the last of her turn. Oh, and her Eureka, she gets to draw 3 cards and pick one of those. Shortcut, and Deduction. Let's get Deduction out. That's always helpful. Alright. And that was the end of her turn. Alright, no monsters on, so we'll get it back up. 1 Doom. Daisy, you get location furthest from you. That would be up here. So we cannot move, but the Lupin can come down to attack us. Alright. Tommy, you get Right's Hollow. Discard the top 3 cards of each investigator's deck. Each investigator at an altered location shuffles weakness. Oh boy. So, 1, 2, 3. He loses Deduction, Darren, 45, and a Vicious Blow. That Vicious Blow is going to hurt. Daisy, you lose Knowledge is Power, Esoteric Atlas, and a Perception. Alright. Oh yeah, and I forgot to... Oh well, I'm just going to leave the discarded ones discarded anyway. Doesn't matter. So, Tommy, you get Self-Sacrifice. Daisy, you get Psychosis. It did matter, because I could have got rid of that. Oh well, that's how we're going to play it. Alright, so, Tommy, we're going to let you go first. And he... Oh crap, I just realized I can't use my Ever Vigilant along with it. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's gonna play his Emergency Cash, gain 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And he's gonna move over 1. So he has 1 left. There's 2 clues tokens, and we need 4. After you reveal, take 2 horror if you have no actions remaining. So we still have actions remaining. So he's just going to go ahead and try to investigate it. And can he add anything to it? I don't want to add anything to it. Alright. So, Lesson +1. Alright, sweet. So he gets 1, and that is his last action. Alright, Daisy. Let's just go ahead and discard this, so we only have 1 action left, and then we're going to go ahead and grab 1 action. We're going to investigate, and increase her investigation by 2, which is 0, which it did. So we put another divergent path up. We'll put this right over here. Alright, that was the end of her turn. So the Lupine is Hunter. So he moves down. Oh, hold up a second. Poor kid. Sorry about that. One of his molars was cutting in. So where were we? Where were we actually? Alright, so I know we did all our actions, but I know, okay, so we'll go ahead, give everyone 1 resources. Tommy gets Zebulon. Daisy, you get another encyclopedia. Alright, oh, and the monster comes down. Yeah, so the monster moved, then we did that. Yeah. Alright, so Doom. Daisy, you get Frozen in Fear. Oh boy. Okay. Frozen in Fear in. And Tommy, you get attached to your location, and attached to location gets +2 Shroud. Oh, that sucks. Alright. I'm not too worried about that. We can find another location. Alright, Tommy. Let's go ahead and have you go first. We're going to have him move 1 down here. Then we'll use his last stick of the plan to Ever Vigilant to put down Jessica Hyde, which she starts out already damaged for 2. 1, 2. Beat Cop, so that takes 2 resource, then 3 resource. And then a Flamethrower with 4 ammo, 1, 2, or 3. Costs for 3, but we'll put 1 then. Alright, so that was another action. Let's see, I can't really do much else. So let's just go ahead and just get another resource. Alright. He's done. Alright, Daisy. We're going to have you go up 1. Oh, when your turn ends, which it did, heal 1 damage from Jessica, so 1 damage is done on offer. Divergent Path. After you reveal, place 1 Doom on it. Well, that sucks. Instead of discovering clues, you may remove one Doom. Okay. So let's just go ahead and investigate it, I suppose. That's per it's up to 7. Oh, yeah, so we moved. We can only really do it once. And it's 0. Alright, so remove the Doom. That sucks, so we can't, there's no things down there. We can't really move again. So let's just grab another resource for Daisy, and then we'll play at the end of your turn. Test Will 3. You know, I should have increased this for her Will. Crap. I can't even use that. So screw it. Let's just go ahead and test 0 to 0, and she gets. So she definitely passes. And she gets 2, so this goes away. And she gets draw 2 because she has 2 tomes. Boom, boom. She gets Tote Bag and Shortcut. Both of them, which would be very helpful. This is the first time I might actually play Tote Bag. Alright, Tommy. Oh, you already used your turn, so the monster's turn. Lupin moves over and attack if able, so he hits us for 2. So hit 1 for Jessica. That's a 3. And then 1 willpower, 1 sanity will go to Beacon. Alright. Flamethrower will definitely take care of him. Alright, so everyone gets 1 resource and draw 1 card. Daisy, you have St. Hubert's Key, that would be helpful. Tommy, you get Darren. Alright. So, 1 Doom. Daisy, you get the spaces between. Flip each non-Sentinel Hill location in play to its unrevealed side, removing all clues from it. Each investigator and enemy at the location flipped in this way immediately moves to the nearest Sentinel Hill location. Shuffle each non-Sentinel Hill location so players don't know which is which. Flip to its unrevealed side, so she goes back here because that's not 1, which means this goes away. Flip each non-Sentinel location in play to its unrevealed side. Bam. It's Diversion Path. Shuffle each non in play. Alright. This goes away. Alright. Tommy. Oh, Lupin's still there. Altered Beast. If it's you enter an attached location, which will be this guy, so it's attached to him, and that's fine. We're already at a location, so it doesn't matter. All right, Tommy. Let's do this. We're going to go ahead and play our Flamethrower, which gives us a +4 to this attack. +2, 0. Goes away. So the Lupine Flaw is dead. I love Flamethrower, it's so good. But I don't want to waste it on a weak enemy like that, but it happens. Alright, so he's 2 actions left. I kind of want him to investigate, so we're going to use Perception with Daisy to help him investigate. Okay, reveal another token, cancel the effects of each card committed to this test. Oh crap! So Perception didn't do anything, but we did get a -1 and we don't pass. So he has 1 action left. That bites. So let's just try to Search, investigate again. -1, don't get it. Crap. Alright, Daisy. We are going to have you play St. Hubert's Key. And then we're going to investigate. -2, so she definitely passed because she's at 7, which adds another divergent path. This one we don't know about, and we're going to play Shortcut to make her move over there for free. And there's 2 clues on there. After you reveal Frozen Spring, lose the remaining actions immediately end your turn. Well, that was a waste of Shortcut. Alright, if you don't feel like I'm getting anywhere with this, unfortunately. Oh well, it happens. Alright, so everyone gets 1 resource. Tommy, draw a card, you get Dr. Francis Morgan. Daisy, you get another Bissell Tome. Alright, so 1 Doom. Daisy, you get Test Will 5. For each point you fail, discard the top card of your deck. We do not want to fail that. So she's at 4. Can't use that. Oh. So she's at -1. Oh well. She's at -1. Auto fail anyway, so it would be, so she discards 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm glad I didn't commit anything. That really hurts. One of them was the deduction. Alright, Tommy. You get Beyond the Veil, and I add Surge. Devotee of the Key. Spawn at base of the hill, which means he spawns right here. At the end of the enemy phase, Devotee moves 1 space towards Victor Peak. If he reaches it, add 2 Doom. Alright, Tommy, you need to kill this guy. Alright. So Tommy, you're gonna play your flamethrower. This guy's gonna burst out. Oh, and Jessica Hyde should have healed too. Elder Thing. Discard the top 2 cards deck. Is the cost. Oof. There is no cost to these. So one of them was Vicious Blow, but I also got rid of my Rookie Mistake, so that saves them. So that kills this guy. He still has 2 actions left, so I have him move over here. 2 clues. After you reveal, take 2, or if you have no action remaining, which we do not. So we have 1 action remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are going to go ahead and go. We're up by 1. -2. Don't get it. Alright, this is getting really bad. We're constantly losing these. But Tommy's not supposed to really search, but at this point. Alright. Daisy. Okay. Daisy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, let's search 1. Pass. And search another. Investigate again. Pass. So you got both of these. She has 1 location, 1 left. And she's going to move down. It's the end of the turn. Everyone gets 1 resource. Daisy, you draw St. Hubert's Key. Tommy, you get another Jessica Hyde. This Jessica Hyde that goes away, so she's completely healed up. Shit. Alright, 1 Doom. Daisy, you get each investigator at Sentinel Hill, which is just her. If it fails, take 2 damage. We do not want to fail this. This is Will. Her Will is currently at 4, so is at 0. So she's going to use these 2 to be up by 2. She's up by 4, and she passes, and that goes away. Tommy, test well. And you definitely want to pass this because you do not want to discard anything with that. So Zebulon will go up. So we're at 0. And take heart. We're up by 1. We've got +1. Alright. So that fails. Alright. Alright, so Tommy, do we want you to move up there and grab it? It would be really good. Honestly, at this point, just use Scene of the Crime. And then we can start moving up. And I think I'm going to do that. We've already been hurting a little bit. So we play Scene of the Crime, but we'll only discover 1 clue. Because there's no enemies there. And then, when the investigators have, they must immediately spend it to advance. So since we got 4, we have to spend it. During your search through the wooded path along the base of the Sentinel Hill, you came across a sardine sight. A herd of sheep lay dead upon the ground in a secluded clearing. Their blooded carcasses placed on a strange but careful pattern. Holding your nose against the stench of death, you step over the mangled sheep on your way to the center of the formation. In the center of the sheep lies the corpse of a man. A clear jewel has been firmly pressed into his forehead, caving in the front of his skull. His eyes are wide, his face is contorted in a vision of fear, as it's beseeching you for mercy. You know better. You check for a pulse. As you touch the man's skin, the jewel in his forehead dissolves and the woods around you seem to clear. Remove all clues from location, so there's no clue here. An arcane presence masking the path further uphill has faded. Reveal the ascended path. That's it. Ascending the hill. In version 1. If we didn't use the ritual on Silas Bishop and the one on Blood of the Altar, we would not get this one. As you ascend the hill, the environment around you grows increasingly strange and otherworldly. The arcane light feels even stronger here, crackling the air and crawl on your skin. Clues cannot be placed on non-altered locations. Basically, this is a non-altered location, so... And these are non-altered locations, so... And for his last 2 actions, goes back here and up here, and that's all he can do. Alright. Daisy, you use Encyclopedia to increase your book by 2, move 1, and then she's going to investigate. So she passed, and she's going to do another investigate. And she passed. Alright, so put these over here. They're not going to be needed. Let's see. In fact, we kind of like push this a little bit more this way now. Alright, that's the end of her turn. No monsters. Tommy gets 1. She gets 1. Daisy gets Stargazing. That's going to be very helpful. And Tommy, you get True Grit. That will also be helpful. Alright, 1 Doom. How much do we have? We have 6, so we're halfway through there. Daisy, you get a Thrall. Spawn in the location with the most thralls. There isn't, so they go right on her. And Tommy, you get Devotee the kill key, and he stays right there. And he's going to start moving up. Alright. That ain't too bad. This isn't so bad at all. So we're going to start with Tommy. Tommy's going to hit B-Cup for 1, to hit the Thrall for 1, because any enemy at my location, so that would mean the Thrall. And then we're going to hit him. She was at 2, so we're up by 2, 3, and 4. So we're up by 4. Revealing another location, cancel the effects. There is none. 0. Alright. So we basically punched, get off my woman. Dead. And that took 1. Now we're going to have to make sure we kill this guy quickly before he goes up. But, let's see. And I don't want to really draw any cards, so... we're going to spend 3 to put in True Grit. That'll help in case I'm in the same place with Daisy. I can put it on her. And he has 1 action left, and he's just going to spend it for resources. He's going to let Daisy go to the altered paths. Daisy's going to move 1 to move up here. If you reveal, so we need to have 4 clues to get up on there. After you reveal, discard the top 5 cards of your deck if you have no remaining actions left. She doesn't. She has 2 remaining actions left. She's going to play Deduction. And hope to God I do not get the cultist signal. -2. She gets both of them. Sweet. 1, 2. I could go back down. What I want to do is spend Stargazing. This puts this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 into these 10 cards. So this is a special encounter card that once it shows up, we get what do we get? We get to draw a card, gain 1 resource, and take an immediate action. So basically, Daisy's going to relinquish an action for that. So I think that's a fair deal. The only problem is I don't want to draw cards, but I think we're decent enough. Alright, so how are you gonna do this? So this guy, Devotee, is gonna at the end of the enemy phase move him. Alright, so he moves up here, but he does not hit me. It's only because if it was at the beginning of the enemy phase, he would move, and then he hit me, but it's not. Alright, so we get 1 resources. Daisy, you get Dr. Henry Armitage. What's up? And Tommy, you get B-Cop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Alright, so I think Tommy's going to kill him, then move up so we can see what the hell that altar path is, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with Daisy. No, we're not. Because we didn't draw these cards. Yeah. I was like, why am I doing action? So let's move these all up here because we're halfway done. So 6, we only need 6 down here. So Daisy, you get an Avian Thrall. That's not good. And Tommy, you get discard 3 cards of each investigator's deck at an altered location. Discard the top 3 cards at each investigator deck. Oh. Crap. So 1, 2, 3. Seeing the crime, Becky. Oof, Tommy's gonna get hit really hard soon. 1, 2, 3. And if it's any weaknesses, they get shuffled back in. Only if they're in a altered, but none of them more weaknesses. Alright. Okay. So Tommy can kill this guy, move up, and kill the Avian Thrall. No, he can't kill the Avian Thrall because Flamethrower requires you to be engaged with them. But he could still use B-Cop to hurt him and then punch him? Maybe to help. Alright, well, either way, we're going to kill this with a Flamethrower. +1, this guy's dead. So 1 action. Move up here for another action. I can engage with him, and then I could worry about hitting them. So use B-Cop ability, because that's basically free action. Yes, and then we're basically going to do an engage with him instead. And that's the end of my turn. Alright, she's going to go 1, 2, so she only has 1 action left. After you reveal a tear on the path, take 2 damage if you have no actions remaining. She has 1 action remaining, so. Okay. So she's gonna use her encyclopedia. Increase her. I don't even think we really need to. How long does this last? Till the end of the phase. Alright. So, yeah, doesn't really matter. Because it'll go to the enemy phase and Tommy Muldoon won't have anything either. Alright, 0. And she gets 1. We're 1 clue away. Alright. Enemy's turn. He's going to hit me. And I'm going to put both of the attacks on B-Cop. So B-Cop is not dead. Instead, he gets shuffled back in. And Tommy gets 4 resources for that. Which at this point isn't actually a bad trade. Because it means I can survive a little bit more. He gets 4 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Doom goes on here. Oh, and I forgot to draw a card. Yeah. Yeah, we forgot to resource, perpetuous sketches, and Tommy, you get 45 automatic. That's great because we're about to lose our flamethrower. And flamethrower is firearm. Yep, so because of firearm, he gets -3. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so Daisy, you get each investigator Sentinel Hill, which is no one. No one's at a Sentinel Hill. That would be a Sentinel that and that. So that does nothing. Tommy, you get Ancient Evils, which increases it by 1. Alright. So let's go ahead and have Daisy grab it, move, and then move up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so yeah, so she's going to grab 1 more clue, and it is +1. She gets the clue. We have enough. So we move down to the ascended path. As an additional cost to move, this investigator must spend 2 clues as a group. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 2 clues per investigator, so that's 4. So she moves up here. And there are 4 clues. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, one of the investigator enters Sentinel Peak Advance. Approaching the peak of Sentinel Hill, you are confronted by several citizens of Dunwich. The man in the center of the circle chants in Latin, while the others bow their heads in reverence. Seth Bishop, you ask presumably. The man in the center raises his gaze in response, confirming your suspicions. You plead with the man to stop this madness, but he doesn't respond. You draw forth the silver constellation pendant you found on Silas's body, and present it to Seth. This is all we found of your brother, you shout over the howling wind. Is this the fate you want for yourself? For all of us? You throw the pendant... Got that loogie in my mouth. My throat. You throw the pendant into the ground. Staggered by the sight of it, he stumbles backwards and trips over his incantation. Eyes widen. He falls, and the altar behind him splits open, and a torrent of energy pours from the stone, swirling to the open gate that swallows the man whole. You barely manage to dig your heels and grab a hold of a nearby rock in time to resist the pull of the gate. Remove the set-aside Seth Bishop from the enemy. So... basically, if we never recovered the Necronomicon, we would have never went to Silas Bishop and reversed it. We'd have to kill him, and then he would basically become an enemy here. But because we used the Necronomicon and reversed the process, Seth is basically accidentally kills himself by throwing himself inside the portal. Had we didn't do that, he would actually been an enemy. So I'm glad we did. The gate opens. From the ruins of the headstone on the altar at the hill's peak, a gateway of churning vibrant energy has appeared. And the music's just getting really good for this. A force like a hurricane erupts from the gate, bending the trees, pulling debris into it. The howling of the gale drowns out most of all other sounds. Somehow you must find a way to close the gate. Only investigators at Central Peak may spend the required number of clues as a group to advance. So, we need 4 clues per guy. So, and there are 4 clues. When an investigator at this location draws a hex, it takes 1 damage. Alright, so he's not out of hex. Alright. And that's not so bad because Tommy has True Grit. That's going to help Daisy survive. Alright, so your turn, and we're going to use Flamethrower, which means Flamethrower is going to get is done. Skull, -1, -3 if you're in an altered location. So it was at a 5, so yeah, we beat him. And the Flamethrower goes away. Alright, so Tommy, your next action, last 2 actions, 1, 2, and we finish this. Alright. Everyone gets a resource. Daisy 1, Tommy 1. Tommy, you get Take Heart. And Daisy, you get Guts. 1 Doom. Daisy, you get Frozen in Fear, which doesn't matter because we just want to stay there and investigate, and that's not going to affect investigation, so that's good. Tommy, you get discard the top 3 cards of each investigate. Is it at a low-turn location? No, it's not. So 1, 2, 3, which is actually a weakness, but we're not at an altered location, so it stays away. Good. Daisy, 1, 2, 3. Doesn't really matter. Alright. We basically got this. And we didn't get to use the Stargaze. That's sad. Alright, Daisy. Go ahead and increase Tommy's book by 2. And she's gonna... So she's at 6 against 4. So she's up by 2. Let's take away one of the preposterous sketches, so it should be up by 3. Auto fail. Does not matter. So she has 2 actions left. She's going to get Daisy's tote bag, so she's up by 4. Up by 6. Up by 8. We're just getting rid of all these blessed tokens. She gets 1. And then she's going to... Just play another. -3. I don't think she beats this. So that's 7. Yeah, she had it 1 more, she would have did it. Alright, that's the end of her actions. Tommy, you need to get all 3. The rest of the 3. Which one's my cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So, we are going to play, we can't play that one, so that's worthless. Oh, I forgot self-sacrifice. I could have used self-sacrifice as that fail. Huh. But it still made me draw cards. I don't want to do that. This is worthless, this is worthless, this is worthless. Alright, and that's worthless. Alright, so Tommy is at 5, so he's up by 1. We'll use Dr. Francis Morgan to have him be up by 2. Or, yeah, up by 2. Daisy is going to play Dr. Henry Armitage, so he's up by 4. -1, so he gets 1. Alright. How many more can I do? Alright. Daisy's going to play Inquire in Mind, which is a +3. Commit to a skill test only if there's a clue to the location. I was just making sure it wasn't if she could give it to other person to commit it. Alright, so he is up by 8, so he's up by 4. Got it. And then she's going to play Abyssal Tome, committed to that with 1 book. And then Tommy's going to put Take Heart in. That's the only one she can do. Take Heart's not going to give me anything, but if I lose, I still get something. Alright, so he's up by 2. Discard the top 2 cards. Oh boy. B-Cop and Guts. He has very little cards left, and that failed. But Take Heart works. Take Heart. Draw 2 cards. Oh shit, I should not have drawn 2 cards. He has 3 cards left. I should not have done that against 2 resource. Oh, 1 Doom goes in on 1 resource because everyone draws a card. Daisy gets Knowledge is Power. Tommy gets Guts. Alright, Daisy, you get Ancient Evils. -1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that breaks because Ancient Evils does break it if it's able to. As you explore the class around in Sentinel Hill, the chanting in the hilltops rises to a crescendo and takes on an otherworldly quality. River beaten throughout the trees is caused by unseen currents. The world begins to change. The grass and trees dissolve like sugar in a cup of tea. A vast, endless sky slices through the reality you see before you, and you feel drawn to it, terrified and awestruck. The arcane power becomes distorted and steps around you, creating a strong altercations in the island. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the counter deck. That really sucks. But look at this next agenda. I'm not sure if you guys can definitely read it, but it's like all weird. The old ones were, the old ones are, the old ones shall be, not in the places we know, but between them. They walk serene, primal, undimensioned, and to us unseen. Yogg-Sothoth knows the gate. Yogg-Sothoth is the gate. Yogg-Sothoth is a key and guardian of the gates. Past, present, future are all are one in Yogg-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through the old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod Earth's fields, and where they shall tread them, and why no one can behold them. And this is the last agenda. And the bad thing about this is that there is still the Stargazer in here, which is no longer... The chances of us getting a Stargazer is over 1 in 100 at this point. We're not getting it. I was kind of hoping we would. Had it not been for the Ancient Evils, the next one probably was the Stargazer. Alright, so, Tommy, you get Altered Beasts. There are no Altered Beasts. Gain Surge. Avian Thrall on Tommy. Fine by us. Alright, so Daisy's turn. We're going to have Daisy go first. Daisy increased her book. And then Knowledge is Power, which basically means she can use this again. So she's at 9, so she's up by 5. Oh, 1, and she beats it. Gets the last clue. And we beat it. You don't know how to close the swirling gate before you, and with each passing moment, the force within it grows in strength. You fear whatever the entity sorcerer has summoned from beyond approaches. With no time to spare, you turn to the open tome and the stone altar, desperate for answers. R1. Ugh. Resolution 1. The poorly bound tome appears to be written in records of old Whitley, the man who taught Wilbur the ancient secrets of sorcery. You find a passage describing a place outside of time and space, where worlds converge and Yogg-Sothoth dwells. Only by reaching the nexus at the edge of reality can you unmake the tear that has split the world open. What's that? Okay. Has split open the world. Feeling as you maybe go into your doom, you muster a final ounce of courage and step into the gate. Record that the investigators has entered the gate, and earn equal to victory X for each card in the victory display. The only victory we have is here, which is 2. So, we've already passed our true solo, and we almost died. Daisy would have been fine, but had Tommy would have draw 2 more cards, this would have extinguished. If there's no cards in it, take 10 damage. He would actually survive because of True Grit, and Jessica can only put 4 on him, but yeah. That's, and then return 2 boxes. There's, like, achievements you can get, and one of them is actually surviving Beyond the Veil. So, but we're not going to do that. We're only going to, because the next time we play this campaign, it will be with the Return 2. So, all right. And that's the game. See you guys next time. And when instead of going through the gate, we're going to end up in Louisiana. We're going to play Curse of the Rougarou. And basically after that, we'll play Murder at the Hotel. The Exealer Hotel, wherever that is. All right. See you next time.